Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. My name is Devin Pabay, and I'm a firefighter here in the community. Today I want to talk about fire prevention from the perspective of someone who sees what can happen when prevention does not work. A lot of people think about fire engines, hose lines, and emergency calls when they think about the fire services. All of that matters, but honestly, the best fire is the one that never starts, never spreads, and never puts anyone in danger. Fire prevention really comes down to three things: education, enforcement, and engineering. Education is teaching the people what hazards look like and how to fix them. Enforcement is making sure the fire and building codes are actually followed. Engineering is building safety into structures from the start with things like fire-resistant construction, alarms, sprinklers, exits, access roads, hydrants, and other protection features. In our area, code enforcement is handled through the Fire Prevention Bureau, the fire marshal, fire prevention staff, and the building department. That includes inspections, public education, fire investigations, plan review, and checking fire protection systems. So the fire department is not just showing up after something goes wrong. We are also involved before and during construction to help make sure buildings meet basic life safety standards. For new occupancies, the goal is to catch problems early. Plans are reviewed for fire access, emergency vehicle movement, hydrants, water supply, address visibility, exits, sprinklers, alarms, and construction features. This helps make sure a building is safer for the public and safer for firefighters before the doors even open. Existing occupancies can be trickier because older buildings may not meet today's standards and their use can change. For example, a storage space might turn into a restaurant, a daycare, or office, or an assembly area. When that happens, inspectors look at the current use, exits, alarms, sprinklers, electrical safety, storage, and fire access. The point is not to make life hard for owners. It is to fix unsafe conditions before they turn into a serious fire or injury. Fire resistance is another big part of this. We cannot just look at a material and assume it is safe. In California, the Office of the State Fire Marshal helps determine which building materials meet fire safety requirements through listing and accreditation programs. Groups like UL Solutions, ASTM International, NFPA, and approved testing laboratories also help confirm that materials and assemblies perform the way they are supposed to in a fire. Different materials go through different tests. Walls, floors, ceilings, columns, and beams are commonly tested under standards like ASTM E119 or the UL 263 to see how long they can resist fire, stay in place, and limit heat or flame spread. Surface burning tests like the ASTM E84 or UL 723 look at flame spread and smoke development. In wildland fire areas, things like vents, roofs, decks, and exterior walls may also be tested for embers, radiant heat, and direct flame contact. These tests matter during inspections because a fire rating only helps if the system is installed and maintained the right way. A rated wall is not going to do its job if there are open holes, fire doors are propped open, ceiling tiles are missing, or penetrations are not sealed. During plan review, the department checks that the correct rated systems are included. During inspections, we make sure those systems are actually there and still working like they should. Unsafe structures in our area usually have some common red flags: blocked exits, damaged wiring, too much storage, hard to see address numbers, limited fire apparatus access, heavy vegetation, combustible debris, bad roofs, unpermitted construction, unsecured vacant buildings, or fire protection systems that have not been maintained. These problems matter because they raise the chance of a fire, slow people down when they are trying to get out, help fire spread, and make the job more dangerous for firefighters. In my opinion, one of the bigger construction concerns in our area is lightweight wood frame construction, especially when it is close to the other buildings or near wildland areas. These buildings can absolutely be safe when they are built and maintained correctly. The concern is that the fire can move quickly through attics, concealed spaces, combustible exterior materials, and nearby vegetation. Wind-driven embers can also carry fire from one structure to the next. This is where plans review and structural control can make a big difference. Plans review gives the fire department a chance to look at access, hydrants, water supply, sprinklers, alarms, exits, occupancy separation, fire-rated construction, and wildland fire protection features before the building is occupied. Structural control uses the building itself to slow fire spread with things like rated walls, protected openings, fire-stopping approved roofing, ember-resistant vents, defensible space, and maintain fire protection systems. So the main point for the City Council is that fire prevention is not just about inspections or checking boxes. It is really about reducing risk in the community. Education helps people know what to do. Enforcement makes sure the basic safety rules are followed. Engineering builds safety into the community before an emergency happens. When those three work together, they protect lives, property, businesses, and firefighters. As a firefighter, I have seen how small problems can turn into major hazards, like the Altadena fire. A blocked exit, a missing fire stop, or an overgrown property might not seem like a big deal on a normal day, but during a fire, those things can make a huge difference. That is why strong code enforcement, good plan review, public education, and support from City Council are so important. These efforts may not always be obvious, but they help keep small emergencies from becoming tragedies. Thank you for your time and for supporting fire and life safety in our community.